pledge, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Everybody, welcome to the April 4th, 2017 organizational meeting. I'm glad you're all here. We'd like to start off with swearing in the newly elected appointees, and I'd like to introduce Judge Willie Sanchez, who will perform the ceremony of swearing in for all the trustees, starting with Howie, Rick, myself, and Judge Kane. But I get the honor. I never often get to swear at a judge.
I'm not paid for it.
I don't have the lines memorized like he does, so pardon me while I read them. Raise your right hand, please.
I, William Sanchez,
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of village justice
and I will faithfully discharge the duties of village justice
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Hey neighbor, how you doing?
I state your name,
I, Howard L. Trout,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to uphold the Constitution of the United States,
to uphold the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
as village trustee
as village trustee
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
I state your name,
I, Richard Lewitt,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to uphold the Constitution of the United States,
to uphold the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
of village trustee
of village trustee
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my abilities.
We're back again.
I get to swear. I state your name,
I, Gary Bassett,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to uphold the Constitution of the United States,
to uphold the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
of village man
of village mayor
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Yay.
Actually, we have a little dance for you guys. I state your name,
John Kane,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to uphold the Constitution of the United States,
to uphold the Constitution of the United
the
States,
Constitution of the State of New York,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
as associate judge
as associate judge
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my abilities.
That ends the fun part. Okay, on to the rest of the meeting. The first part of the meeting is the organizational structure. So I would like to read this a long list, so bear with me as I go through the organizational structure. This is for today's meeting, April 4th, 2017, for the fiscal year of 2017 to 2018. Our regular monthly meetings will be held on the second Tuesday of the month at 7 o'clock. And the next organizational meeting will be April 3rd, 2018 at 7 o'clock. There will be no meeting on April 10th. The meeting place is here at the Village Hall, 76 East Market Street in Rhinebeck. Our official depository is M&T Bank. Our official newspaper is the Poughkeepsie Journal. As mayor, myself, Gary Bassett. As deputy mayor, trustee Rick Lewin. As clerk, Patricia Kuhn. As deputy clerk, Christina Deneau. Treasurer, Karen McLaughlin. Thank you, Karen. Our attorney is McCabe and Mack. Our assessors is the town of Rhinebeck. Building department liaison, Howard Trout. Code enforcement officer and building inspector, John Fenton. Communications, which includes website, Panda, and the IT liaison, myself, Gary Bassett. Emergency management coordinator, Henry Campbell. Engineer, the engineer's company is Crawford and Associates. Fire department liaison, Scott Cruikshank. Fire chief, Kyle Amy. Highway department liaison, Rick Lewin. Highway department foreman, Michael Wolf. Historian, the Rhinebeck Historical Society. Justice court liaison, myself, Gary Bassett. Justice elected, we just met, Willie Sanchez. Associate Judge, John King. County Court Clerk, Patricia Giacchione. Band Board Member, David Miller. Parks, which includes the Village Park and Thompson Mazzarella Park, Howard Trout. Planning and Board Liaison, Scott Cruikshank. Planning Board Chair, David Miller. Planning Board Member, Michael Gee. Planning Zone and Building Clerk, Karen McFarland. Police Department Liaison for Chief of Police, myself, Gary Bassett. Police Officer in Charge, Sergeant Peter Dunn. Police Department Clerk, Danielle Rector. Powerline Committee Liaison, myself, Gary Bassett. Powerline Committee Chair, Gentry Rose. Register of Vital Records, Town Clerk, John Gautier. Deputy Register of Vital Records is Deputy Town Clerk, Joan Winning. Superintendent of Public Works and Code Enforcement, John Fenton. Tax Collector, Christine Deneau and Karen McLaughlin. Tax Collector, correct that, Patricia Kuhn. Assistant Tax Collectors, Christina Deneau and Karen McLaughlin. Tree Committee Liaison, Rick Lewitt. Tree Committee Chair, Meg Crawford. Village Hall Liaison, myself, Gary Bassett. Wastewater Department Liaison, Howard Trout. Chief Wastewater Plant Operator, Peter Rathjen. Water Department, myself as acting, Gary Bassett. Chief Water Plant Operator, Tom Walbank. Zoning Board of Appeals Liaison, Scott Cruikshank. Zoning Board of Appeals Chair, Colton Johnson. Zoning Board Member for a 5-year term, Ward Stanley. And our mileage allowance for the year established by the IRS is 53.5 cents. Authorized payment of claims, public utility service and postage. So ends the organization. May I have a motion to approve?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Next order of business is the approval of our policies for the year. Approval of policies for a drug-free workplace, harassment and discrimination, workplace violence, vehicle use, seminar attendance approval form, procurement policy, the ethics code, time reporting policy, time off request form, meeting policies and procedures, internet acceptable use policy, annual mileage resolution, voucher and billing adjustment policy and procedures, and approval and advance approval of claims. I have a motion to approve.
I make a motion to approve.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you so much. Next order is Joel here. There's Joel. Come on up.
Congratulations, Mr. Mayor, Mr. Bassett, and board members Trout and Lewitt. and Judges Kane and Sanchez. Just 4 things really briefly. The Betsy Jack Russo's kind of a noted local artist, very much a local noted artist. She and I, and my mom, who's an artist in her own right, Judy Malmstrom, we're hosting a I Love the EPA Earth Day celebration at Rhinebeck Town Hall across the street. That's going to be Friday, April 21st at 6 p.m., the day before Earth Day, because there's a lot of things going on April 22nd. So that's Friday, April 21st at 6 p.m. And Frank Pelea, Rhinebeck artist, he's creating special I Love the EPA Earth Day art. James Ransom has also endorsed it. Joanna Hess, is also locally involved with the arts community. She's creating a special piece. So for kids of all ages, come on down. Fred Nagel, noted folk singer, activist, he's going to be regaling us with a few tunes on his voice and his guitar. So that's Friday, April 21st, 6 p.m. at Rhinebeck Town Hall. You're all invited to bring your I Love the EPA Earth Day art, or just to simply enjoy a sumptuous oral repast. Also on that day, a number of us are going to be gathering for sort of a press conference rally. That's the day before Earth Day on Friday, April 21st at 4:30 in front of the county office building, sort of talking about the difference between 2 counties, Dutchess County and Westchester County. In Westchester County, with a Republican county executive, they've banned toxic toys, they have pesticide notification, 48 hours notice, and they have well testing for the volatile organic chemicals when properties change hands. We don't have that in Dutchess County. And some of those things I've been working on for over a dozen years. I'm just frustrated. I'm using the opportunity of Earth Day to do something about it and to protect people in Rhinebeck and Clinton and all over Dutchess County. So that's that same day at 4:30 in front of the county office building, 22 Market Street in Poughkeepsie. Mark Coviello, who is a good Republican county legislator from the town of Beekman, he and I are working together to try to build support in my caucus and his caucus. He's actually started caucusing with us to ban pay to play, something I've been working on for 20 years. Orange County, 3 years ago, passed a law, county level campaign finance form to ban pay to play, the big county contracts, the big donations. Rockland County 20 years ago, the Republican county executive did it. The Ulster County controller last year came out with a big report. It's time for Dutchess County to do it. The Poughkeepsie Journal's done 2 editorials saying Dutchess County should do this. So now is that I've been working on this for literally 20 years. This is the moment. So if anybody in this room cares about this, please help lobby the other county legislators on that issue. Last but not least, to me, I think a lesson of the election from last November for people in both parties is to care maybe a little bit more about the working class of all colors, not just white working class people. Just workers. One of the things that Bernie and Donald and Hillary, everybody's talking about the working class. So I just want to remind people that last November, it was on the top of the front page of the Poughkeepsie Journal, an ALICE report from United Way, ALICE, asset limited, income constrained, but employed. 40% of Dutchess County households are ALICE households, asset limited, income constrained, but employed. Basically, they have jobs, but that they can't make ends meet. And that's one reason why I'm pushing for $15 an hour minimum wage here in Dutchess County in 2 years, just like in New York City, and free tuition. There's too many people who have given up hope, and college tuition should be free for everybody. So whether you agree or disagree, you want to work with me on it, I'm at 876-2488, 464-2245, and thank you.
Good evening. The treasurer's report is for the month of March. The tax collector and general fund ended the month with $933,017.81. The water fund ended the month with $651,914.25. And the sewer fund ended the month with $755,590.47. The vouchers presented for payment in the general fund total $38,569.35. In the water fund, $26,192.66. In the sewer fund, $18,382.54. There were 2 vouchers presented for the capital projects, the water system improvement, and those total $17,092.97. The monthly operating statement has been distributed to the board, and it is provided with expenses through the period ending April 4th, 2017. The proposed budget report 17-18 has been updated with revenue and expenses received and spent to date.
Thank you, Karen. A motion to approve,
So moved.
all in favor?
Aye. Two questions.
Oh, no, I was going to second that.
Aye. Yeah. Tree committee. In lieu of Rick not having time to really get on board with the tree committee yet, I've asked Meg to come up and talk about the tree committee report and some trees under discussion. Right, Meg? Yes, I'll do that.
Hi, everyone, and congratulations to all the new mayor and newly elected or repeating trustees. I look forward to working with all of you. I first of all want to say that for the 7th year in a row, we were awarded the Village of Rhinebeck Tree City Award, and we have a brand new flag that replaced our tattered one, which I will give to you, and also a sticker. I don't know if we have a solid sign or not that we might have gotten the first time it's anywhere. We have a 7-year sticker we can put on it. Otherwise, maybe it could be put in the village clerk's office or something else. But that came along also, and I will show you the flag. Very nice. Maybe it should be in front of all of you guys. Ooh. There you go. For those of you that don't know, the flag, not the flag, but becoming a tree city means that you have planted or spent a sufficient amount of money on tree maintenance and tree planting, and we have done that 7 years in a row now. And so we have been invited to this award ceremony, which is very informative, and we get to meet a lot of other towns and villages and universities and campuses, and also utilities that have won awards for their tree planting and education in their towns. So it was a very interesting meeting. I wanted to mention one thing that was stated, which is an alarming event that's now happening. We know that the ash trees everywhere in town are dying, and the maple trees are threatened by the Asian longhorn beetle, which thankfully has been kind of sequestered in New York City area. But the newest threat is to oak trees, and it's called oak wilt. It's affecting the Middle West in a big way, and they have found very, very small pockets of it in New York State. There's no treatment for this, but there are preventative measures that can be taken, and I wanted to announce this on Panda so that landscapers as well as homeowners could be very wary. This virus that kills the tree very quickly is carried by a sap beetle. And so to prevent the sap beetle from getting into trees, people are asked not to prune or take down oak trees between the months of March and September when the sap beetle is active. So anybody that's in the audience, please pass this on to your neighbors. And if you see landscapers or arborists, please pass it on to them if they don't know it. It's really critical that we prevent this spread. Oak trees are one of our most majestic trees. They may be the species that replaces maples as it gets warmer here and the sugar maples can't make it here anymore. So please spread the word about pruning and takedown of this tree. That's right, only prune from October to February. This does affect all the red oaks, which is red oak, pin oak, chestnut oak. It does not affect white oak as much, but we have many more of the other species than that. So they should all be protected in any case when you're cutting them down. So anyway, on a happier note, the Tree Commission will be planting again this spring. We always need volunteers. Our planting date is the weekend of Arbor Day, which is April 29th, Saturday. If you can join us in the morning at Hobson, the old Hobson Appliance parking lot, we'll be planting trees in the southern quadrant of Rhinebeck this year, and we would love to see anybody that can help us. Just bring shovels if you have them, make sure you wear gloves and good sturdy shoes, and we'll tell you how to do it if you haven't been there before. Yes.
Can you translate these from Latin to what I would understand these as?
The tree species?
Yeah.
Do you want me to do that now?
Do you know them off the top of your head?
I know them if you tell me the name. I can't
Well, here,
remember.
I'll hand it to you, just because I look at this and I don't
Okay.
know what kind of tree that is.
Okay, the species that we will be planting this year are two types of Amelanchier, which is shadblow or serviceberry, crab apples, Quonset cherry, Fort McNair horse chestnut, a flame Amer maple, a sweet gum, and one Regal Prince oak. So I'll probably have to put those next to them, right?
Right. Well, just so that I know what,
Okay.
when I see them, what I'm looking for.
Concerning the two trees that you have before you, those were two trees that were brought to us, the one on Chestnut and the one on Mulberry. They were brought to our attention by the Highway Department as safety hazards, and both of them have pileated woodpecker damage in them, one extreme amount, and they both have dieback. And the reason that the pileated woodpeckers are going after these trees is because they have a lot of insects inside them, which indicates rot inside the trees. So for safety reasons, those two were brought to our attention by the Highway Department, and the Village Tree Commission highly recommends that they be taken down.
Well, there originally was two. There was 46 Livingston Street.
There were some more that aren't
Yeah,
on that
and
list.
then now there's, I think we're up to 4. Now, we're at
It's on-
32 Livingston Street, 32 Chestnut, right?
Right.
46 Livingston Street, 47 Mulberry Street, and 46 Livingston Street, 36 Mulberry Street.
Right, I think we would recommend that all of them on the list be, you got notes from Dave's Tree Service about 3 of them? No? Did they
Right.
get that letter?
Yeah.
Indicating that they, and I agree with Dave's Tree Service, that they definitely need to be taken down because of a lot of dieback safety issues there.
Has everybody had a chance to look at the trees? All of them?
I did.
I've seen all of them.
Yeah, I have not.
I did not look at the Chestnut Street. I can say that the 3 trees that I saw are really pretty heavily damaged though, really.
Yeah.
Uh,
The one on Chestnut Street, the damage from the pileated woodpecker is mostly at the base. If you look up into the crown, there's a lot of dead wood. And the tree itself is extremely high, very tall tree. Doesn't have a very big canopy anymore. I think it's lost a lot of canopy, probably from limbs dropping in the past. And it's a split trunk now, which means that it only has two main leaders coming out of the trunk. And when trees are rotted in the center, and they have 2 main branches like that, as opposed to like this, the likelihood that those branches will split is that much greater.
Maybe you said it, but for everybody's information, how are these trees damaged? Did you say that? They're pretty much by,
Well, the pileated woodpecker makes noticeable damage, but there's a lot of dieback in the crown, and many of them are sugar maples, and they're at the end of their life, and I think the drought last summer probably had a major effect on their dieback, even more noticeably this spring.
Are any of them able to be trimmed?
When you have damage in the center of the trunk, it doesn't really, in my mind, make sense to trim it. You're gonna be taking it down, you know, very soon after. Cost effective, it isn't cost effective to do it. They're not, you know, they're not healthy trees. It's not just they have a little dieback, they have a lot.
I walked by the one on Livingston Street, I thought somebody was actually cutting it. The woodpecker was actually working away, and there's chips and things flying out of the tree. It's in really bad shape.
Which one?
The one on Livingston Street. And then the ones on Mulberry and that street are not in good shape either.
I mean, the unfortunate situation
Do we
is
get
that,
multiple prices?
So we only have one price from,
well, we only have the one price, but, you know, your ruling at this point is that the homeowner is supposed to take care of the responsibility for the whole price. So I would say that the homeowner should get to choose if they want to do it as long as they're insured. If they want to use Dave because he's the cheapest, great, but if they don't, you know,
So
I
who
think
suggested that these come down, the homeowners or the tree committee?
the ones, the highway department suggested, we didn't get any applications for these. These were all safe.
So how do we, so we're gonna approach the homeowners and say that we're suggesting that you take these down and this is the cost?
Well, you know, I don't think you need to say this is the cost. I think you need to say that it's your responsibility, because that's what you've decided. And then they need to,
To put them on notice, that these are
So the
emergency
que-
situations.
so that I think what we're saying is there a safety.
they're a safety issue. Yeah. You know, so-
One of the homeowners is here. She's just finding out about this right now.
Yeah. Are you notifying us? Because like I walked into this, I didn't know.
I'm asking the same question.
Yeah, so John, our Department of Public Works Superintendent, was supposed to reach out to everybody, and I know he was doing that today, and I apologize if he didn't get to everybody, but he was trying to make contact with everybody to let them know, you know, if there was a tree that was identified on your property.
I assume everybody gets a letter from the clerk's office as well.
Well, he sent a letter, he was sending a letter, yes.
Okay, so what's gonna happen now is these homeowners are gonna be notified that these have been marked by tree committee and the highway department as being an emergency situation, and we're asking them to take them down.
As long as we approve, yes. We need to approve the fact that they are a safety issue for the village.
Do they have a deadline? Take them down if it's an emergency situation? We deem them emergency.
You know, it's not my responsibility to give that. I would guess it's, you know,
I think
it's
we can
either
send
the CEO's responsibility or, I don't know, it's not the tree commission's responsibility. No. I would like to say from our part that in certain situations here, particularly the one on Chestnut Street, it's a beautiful wide median there, and there is place for replacement trees that the tree commission would love to replace trees there in the fall or in the next couple of years.
Oh, so John just notifies the homeowner?
John is notifying the homeowners of all of the trees. So the question, I think, though, is what is a good question, what is a reasonable amount of time? Is it 30 days, 60 days?
I can't answer that question, you know, we could have a windstorm tomorrow that would
I
cause a
know.
huge amount of damage. I just,
They will do.
you know, I mean, I think the property owner should be notified that this could be a danger, not only to, you know, passerbys or people that are parked underneath them, but possibly their house too, depending on how close it is, so.
I'd like to make a recommendation that we ask for 30 days. Is that acceptable?
30 days, move for 30 days to at least say, I've got the guy coming.
Yes, because that's a good point.
Okay.
So 30 days to have it scheduled to be removed,
Yeah.
okay?
From when they get notified?
Yes.
Not from right now, because they
No,
haven't been notified.
no, they need to be notified.
Right.
Right, from the notification.
And you need to go look.
I looked.
No,
They
no,
all
I
have
just-
holes right in the middle. They can't be saved.
I know, yeah. I looked at
Yeah.
all of this myself. Okay, so they have a motion to have the trees identified in the report today to be for property owners to be sent notification that the trees are a safety issue and need to be removed, and requesting 30 days to have that scheduled.
So moved.
Second.
In favor? Okay. Thank you, May.
You're gonna have to.
So on a lighter note, I would like to make a proclamation to celebrate Arbor Day, which May Crawford mentioned. So whereas in 1872, J. Sterling Morton proposed to the Nebraska Board of Agriculture that a special day be set aside for the planting of trees. And whereas this holiday, called Arbor Day, was first observed with the planting of more than 1 million trees in Nebraska, and whereas Arbor Day is now observed throughout the nation and the world, and whereas the trees can reduce the erosion of our precious topsoil by wind and water, cut heating and cooling costs, moderate the temperature, clean the air, produce life-giving oxygen, and provide habitat for wildlife. And whereas trees are a renewable resource giving us paper, wood for our homes, fuel for our fires, and countless other wood products. And whereas trees in our city increase property values, enhance the economic value of our business areas, and the beauty of our community, and whereas trees, wherever they are planted, are a source of joy and spiritual renewal. Now I, Gary Bassett, Mayor of the Village of Rhinebeck, do hereby proclaim April 28, 2017 as Arbor Day in the Village of Rhinebeck. And I urge all the citizens to celebrate Arbor Day and to support the efforts and protect our trees and woodlands. And further, I urge all citizens to plant trees to gladden the heart and promote the well-being of future generations. Dated today, April 4th, 2017. And we have several special requests. The first one I want to go over. Pat, I think I left the folder downstairs. Or, no. This one. Thank you. Yeah, the bio's here. This is something that was just recently added to the agenda and is brought forward as a lifetime achievement. So the Village of Rhinebeck, this is a lifetime achievement award that will be presented today. The Village of Rhinebeck Certification of Appreciation will be awarded to the Williams family in recognition of receiving the Lifetime Achievement Award from Family Services at their 2017 Family of the Year Awards dinner. Their commitment and dedication to improving the quality of life in our community is truly appreciated, and together we strive to make Hudson Valley the finest place to live, work, and raise a family. Given this day, April 4th, 2017, Gary Bassett, Mayor. I'd also like to read a little bit of bio about the Williams family, since they are local. So this is to Sandy, Kim, and Kelly. I know they're not here to appreciate this tonight, but we'll definitely reach out and thank them. Giving back to the community has been a responsibility which the Williams family takes very seriously. Each year, through their family business of Williams Lumber and Home Centers, they proudly support the Children Miracles Network, St. Jude's Hospital, the Boy Scouts, the Little League, the American Heart and Cancer Association, the Chamber of Commerce, Northern Dutchess Hospital, Rhinebeck Rotary Club, ASPCA, and many other worthy organizations. Just ask Kim. She'll tell you, giving back feels good, and it puts your life into perspective when you help others. The Williams family has been recognized for their service to the community. Sandy has been recognized as the Lumber Person of the Year by the Northeastern Retail Lumbermen's Association and as the Dutchess County Business Person of the Year by the Poughkeepsie Journal. Kim, too, has been honored as a Lumber Person of the Year and is one of the Hudson Valley Magazine's top women in business. Kim serves on the Abilities First Board of Directors, the Community Foundation's Hudson Valley Board of Directors. Williams Lumber and Home Centers were established in 1946 here in Rhinebeck by Stan Williams and now employs 260 associates in 9 locations. Throughout this time, the Williams family are widely recognized in their highly ethical standards and continued commitment to the community. Therefore, we're making this honorary certificate by the family, a Lifetime Achievement Award to the Williams family, today, April 4th, 2017.
some quick
Yes.
historical note. This is where Williams Lumber was before they moved up where they are right now.
Really?
Right here, that building was knocked down, and this was constructed in 1972, I believe, this building here.
Wow.
Okay.
All right, so we have several others. We have, they're out of order in your book. The first one, though, so they're out of order on the agenda, but the first one is the Culture Connect 5K run on May 27th. First one in your book. So this application just came in. This is been an annual event. I think this is the second time that they're holding this 5K run. It'll be the same course that they ran it on last time. Organizations, the police department, fire department have all been notified and approved. I'd like to make a motion to approve the Culture Connects 5K run on May 27th.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All approved?
Aye.
Aye.
The second one is to represent, is for our old Rhinebeck Fire Department, which is Rhinebeck Fire Department Entertainment Inc. Right? Rhinebeck. Is that what I said? Oh, sorry. Long Rhinecliff, sorry about that. The Rhinebeck, the Rhinebeck Fire Department Entertainment Inc. and J&S concession stands to apply in the New York State Liquor Authority for permission to sell beer and wine at the events at the Dutchess County Fairgrounds. During these events, beer and wine will be sold for on-premises consumption within the fenced-in areas. The Liquor Authority has requested acknowledgement from the Village of Rhinebeck that you're aware of the above events and the proposed sales. The sales will occur on the following dates: August 22nd through the 27th of 2017 for the Dutchess County Fair. The Dutchess County Agricultural Society Inc. and the Rhinebeck Fire Department Entertainment Inc. and also J&S Concession will apply for all the permits. I'd like to make a motion to approve the Rhinebeck Fire Department.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
Who sets the hours on this? Is that probably the Liquor Authority?
It's between the Liquor Authority and the Dutchess County Agricultural Society.
Okay. And that's been a pretty standard,
They have been doing it for
Long time.
many years now.
Right.
It's their main fundraiser
Yeah.
for Rhinebeck.
Right.
That's a very good fundraiser.
Yeah.
Yes, so. That's our fire department.
And I have to recuse myself because I sell them beer, so.
What are they gonna have this year?
My company sells them
What are
beer.
they gonna have this year, Howie?
Oh, Bud,
Anyway, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next is the minutes approval for the last meeting, which is just on 3/23/2017. Have a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
I'm out because I
You're right,
was not part of the meeting.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Is there any public comment? So good public comment section. Lacey Delgado. Something you want to say?
Oh, no, sorry.
No?
Yeah, sorry.
Just
I did.
signed in. Thank you. Joan Gelb?
Oh, I thought that was a sign.
Yeah, it's just, no, this is,
Yeah,
there you are.
and I've said my piece, so.
Is this Maria Trout?
Oh, these are just people that signed
Signed
in.
in.
Anybody else?
Anybody, is there anybody, I'll go through the list. Meg?
Yeah, I've said my piece, I'm good.
Andrea Raplansky?
Signed it.
Signed in. Laura Raplansky? And John? Where's John? Any comment, John? Or are you just signing in? John, would you like to make a public comment?
Would have been easier just to ask people.
Yes, John, come on up.
Good evening. I've spoken to you over the last couple of years about having budgets that not only have estimates, but have real spending in them. Has there been any progress on this?
I do believe there have been.
Good.
You know, have you picked up the current budget for this year, and it shows the previous year plus the proposed budget for this year in terms of real expenditures?
I was hoping for 3 years.
No.
14, 15, 15, 16, 16, 17. What was budgeted, all we had are estimates, and what was spent. So what you're saying is that 16, 17 has what was budgeted and what was spent.
Is on the report, correct?
And that's available to the public?
Yes, it is.
Any chance of having the last 2 years?
Yeah.
I think so,
I
but
think
it's
we
gonna
said
take a
that to
little
you
bit of
last
time.
time, that all those are available. We actually review those in making the budgets for all the different departments every year. So yeah, there's no reason why we couldn't get that.
My point was that they used to be available to the public 4, 5, 6 years ago. When we came in the lobby, people like me could pick up a copy of not only what the previous year was at this time, but at least 1 year, if not 2 years. That hasn't been the practice the last couple of years, so it's not too much trouble. Maybe at the next meeting, you could have 16, 17, and at least 15, 16. Would that be okay?
I don't see why not.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Keep
Keep going.
It's too late now. It's too late.
Lots of chances.
I would like to make a request for a crossing. I would like to make, testing, I would like to make a request for a crosswalk from either Platt across Route 9 or Chestnut. There are some of us that are walkers.
Yes.
Right? And we have a very difficult time getting across. I see that there have been 2 put on Montgomery Street. So what do we need to do to get one across Route 9?
I think it's a great suggestion.
Yeah,
All right.
The quick answer is that we have to, it's obviously a state road, we have to go to the state. I've heard this request a number of times from a number of people,
Okay.
and I think it's something we should start looking into. So
Thanks.
I will get in touch with the appropriate state people and we'll put that into motion.
Super, thank you.
What I can say is they will look at it, whether they may come back and say no, but we can
Well,
look
if
at
they
it.
say no, maybe you just let people know.
Yeah,
Thank you.
so,
Is there anyone else that would like to make a comment?
Can I just make a comment? The copy of the tentative budget for this year, 17-18, is in my office. It's right on the shelf. If anybody's interested in it, they can get a copy of the tentative budget. It's been there ever since Karen presented it on March 21st.
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So
All in favor? Yes? Do you have something you want to say, Alan?
Use 2 hours
you
here.
want to sit? No, wait.
And done.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you all for coming.